It's Michele Replogle, your partner in real estate, and I'm going to give you your January 2023 market update, but I'm also going to tell you a little bit about where we've been before I go into where we're going and a little bit about where we are. Happy New Year. So, where we've been. 2022, we had 1,400 sales, about 1,480. The average sale price was 1.471. Appreciation was 10.2% for 2022. Now, for people who are worried about buying and paying too much because prices were going down, well, for last year, you have absolutely no worries. And I think overall, you really shouldn't worry. I think your property is going to appreciate just fine. 43-year average appreciation is 8%. So if you take, once they started taking record of this, which was in 1979, do you know the average sales price in Santa Cruz County was $74,998? Can you even imagine? Let's see, what was it in 1994 when I bought my first house? Oh, $244. I paid $220. The average appreciation over all of these decades of going up and down at 8%, that's pretty good. I mean, if you talk to an investor and you said an investment strategy, but you didn't name the product that you were investing in and you said 8%, I bet they'd think that was okay. But remember, if it's your first home, it's your home that houses you. Don't worry about that. Just live in it and enjoy. So, where are we? What's happening? And then where we're going. So where we're at right now is new listings today, 9. Price reductions, 5. Now that's because we've been on this huge holiday break. December 6th was the last time this was taken and given to me. So price reductions were 19 at the beginning of December. Today, 5 reductions. Pending and contingent were 33 in December, because that was kind of, finishing up the fall where people are like, okay, I want to buy something this year. So they kind of jam it in. And then this week it's 23 pending contingent, 1 canceled, 3 canceled this week. And I'll talk about that in a minute, just because of what's going on in Santa Cruz. 28 were sold the beginning of December. Again, remember that was just kind of catching up to the end of the fall. People wanted to finish buying. 12 for this week, expired, canceled. 5 in December. 7 this week. 7 this week in the middle of January is probably some seller frustration of where they think the market's going, or they've decided not to sell. And I'll also touch upon that in a minute. And then active inventory in December was 251 and today 180. That's extremely low. I think we were at 190, 200 last year. I don't think it's changed overall from last January. But anyway, let me tell you about where we're going, because I think that's more important. I mean, if you follow Santa Cruz, you've seen the news and you understand that we've had some storms and we've had, basically a disaster. And I try not to be too flippant about it when I'm talking to people, because I've lived through, unfortunately, a few disasters here. There's been the fires. I was here for the 82 flood because I moved here when I was very young. So I got to do the earthquake, the flood, the fires. Now, I've never really lived in any of those areas that were extremely impacted by that. But, growing up in a community that seems to always just kind of be recuperating from the past disaster, really, we only got downtown kind of straightened out in the last couple of years. And it's been almost 33 years, 34. There's always that. I think that we're just kind of almost going to be in an area of rebuild. But what is the market going to be? You're probably thinking, just tell me where we're going to go. It's going to be a lot like last year. It's going to be a roller coaster. It's going to start kind of slow. You're kind of chugging up the roller coaster hill. There's going to be a few great listings that are going to pop on. They're going to have multiple offers because those buyers have been waiting. They have their financial ducks in a row. They've been watching the interest rates climb, and now they've seen them come down a little bit. They are easing, and they're ready. They're prepared. They have their, pre-qualification letter. They may have even looked at some disclosures so they understand how to read disclosures. Again, the buyer is prepared, and then they're going to go. Then we're going to go down the hill super fast like we normally do every spring. Why? Because we don't have enough inventory for the people who are interested in living here. Then normally right at the end of spring, coming into summer, graduations in school, we got to hit the turn and we slow down a little bit. I don't think so. I think we're actually going to stay a little busier through midsummer, and then it won't hit slow till August. But the interest rates are supposed to go down even further in May and June. That's the prediction. At that point, that would keep what's kind of a slowing down market only because of the way the population shifts and how they do things, vacations, graduations, and, it's summer and they're running around. So we'll see a little less than that. But why? Why is inventory so low? Well, unfortunately, it could still be on the back of the disasters that I'm still talking about. We still have people renting from the fires who can't rebuild their houses in Bonnie Doon and some of the outerlying areas. They do have their insurance payments, so they can pay those rents and they can kind of scoop up what might be for sale inventory where sellers are just like, hey, this tenant can pay me what I would like and I'll just hang on to it for a little bit longer. And the tenant's like, hey, I'll pay what it takes because I want to live in, I want to live in here till I get this built. And those payments that those tenants are making is probably going to be more than your mortgage payment would be. So, there's going to be the renters that are going to be leaping into the market because they want to get in on a lower monthly cost. So there's those people. And then we have people from the floods. And they are going to be renting. They're going to have their insurance settlement or their disaster fund release. Disaster fund relief. I can't even say disaster or relief. When those people come into the market, they do crowd it out a little bit for people who want to buy because, again, those sellers will stay. Now, I am seeing sellers that are thinking, you know what, I might just rent it instead of selling it. The seller's not getting the price in terms of offer, and they can get it if they rent it. So keep that in mind when you're buying. It's not just a wide open market because the interest rates go up. It's not the doom and gloom that you'll see a lot on the national news, although I saw an article just last night that said, the market might be shifting. And that's a really easy prediction to make. Why? Because interest rates are already starting to ease. There's talk of them coming under 6%. Rocket Mortgage told one of my buyers that they could get under 6%. Now that's going to make a translation into the market of either a higher price than we've seen before or a flat price, which is what we saw for 2022. We saw the pricing just kind of stay flat. It didn't really go up. There wasn't lots of multiple offers overbidding it in the summer, spring, and fall. Actually, spring was hot. Summer and fall, but we didn't see prices go down a whole lot. So I predict that the spring is going to be just as busy as ever. You'll see me use roller coaster graphics in my videos only because I want people to know it could be a little bit of a wild and maybe even bumpy ride as we probably see the rates go down. A lot of people jump in. Mortgage applications are already up this week. And then, we might hit a bit of an uptick in rates and it'll kind of cause a bit of a slowdown and then it'll just kind of go right back. So I predict it's going to be like a normal spring. For a really great property and a really great location, it's going to be super busy. Sellers, don't worry, you can still get the price that you want to get. And buyers, you still need to be prepared. I wanted to make this a short video and unfortunately I did not. I am so sorry. But my overall prediction is it's going to be a lot like past years. It's just going to be very busy for buyers and for sellers. Of course, if you need more information, my information is below. And you know what? I recommend following me on Twitter. I retweet Santa Cruz information, restaurants, city and county information about traffic, transportation, anything that I see that might be of interest as you're looking into buying here or you live here. Follow me on Instagram for videos and pictures of Santa Cruz of just how much I love a lot of the views I have here locally. And then, of course, subscribe to my channel. And if you need anything, I'm here for you. Thanks. Bye.